Davao. Member, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
That time check was brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified world-class quality.
The views expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of RPN and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions expressed by the guest do not reflect those of the host, the program, the management, and RPN.
Iisang misyon, iisang aksyon, malasakit sa kapwa, damhin mo sa puso't diwa. Bayanihan, pagtutulungan, hatid ay ito at pag-asa. Mga kaibigan tayo'y magmahalan, magkaisa at magsama-sama. Iisang nasyon, iisang aksyon, malasakit sa kapwa, damhin mo sa puso't diwa. Magkaisa at magsama-sama. Iisang nasyon, iisang aksyon, malasakit sa kapwa, damhin mo sa puso't diwa. Damhin mo sa puso't diwa. Mga bayan at para barangay, kalinga sa kapwa ay namumuhay sa bawat tahanan. Pagmamahal ay dalhin, lahat ay magtutulungan, walang maiiwanan. Kababaihan, kalalakihan, kabataan, halina't makiisa, bawat isa'y may halaga. Ipakita ang kalinga sa kapwa, pag-ibig sa bayan, isa puso, isa gawa. Isang nasyon, iisang aksyon, malasakit sa kapwa, damhin mo sa puso't diwa. Maging mo sa puso't diwa. Magkakaisa sa bawat hakbang, tayo'y magkakapit-bisig, walang iwanan sa hirap at ginhawa. Sabay harapin, kaya tayo'y tumindig at alalayan ang ating bayan. Sa bawat sulok ng ating bansa, kapit-bisig, walang mawawala. Sa pagkalinga at pagmamahal na dala, ang bawat pangarap ay magkakamit na. Iisang nasyon, iisang aksyon, malasakit sa kapwa, damhin mo sa puso't diwa. Magkaisa at magsama-sama. Iisang nasyon, malakas na nasyon, malasakit sa kapwa, walang iwanan at diwa. Ang bayan nating mahal, alagaan at magaling pa. Malasakit, pagkalinga, damhin sa puso't diwa. Malasakit, pagkalinga, para sa bayan, para sa kinabukasan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, please welcome our hosts, Prosecutor Lolita Lomanta and Attorney Dexter Diwas.
Yes,
Magandang
hi.
hapon na.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. We're so used to greeting all of you good morning, and now finally it's good afternoon. How was lunch, everyone?
Nabusog po bang lahat? Can you give us a thumbs up? Yes.
Yes, and did you have a good lunch, Attorney Dex?
Yes, I enjoyed the meal.
Yes, so I hope all of you are already refreshed because this afternoon we are going to start already with our afternoon session. Sinabi nga this afternoon, we'll start with our afternoon session. You know, there's no perfect hosting actually, and that makes our job very exciting because we commit bloopers. That's not part of the script, but I tell you, we're all humans here. Busog kasi ako eh.
Yeah. Gusto ko ring tanungin sila, na-enjoy nyo ba yung performance during lunch? Did you enjoy the performance? No? I like the message there. Can we give them a round of applause again? Di ba sabi nila, ako ay bata, hindi sinasaktan, hindi sinisigawan. Okay? So, tama.
So, hindi pala dapat tayo sigawan.
Dapat. Kasi bata pa tayo. Yes.
You know, age is just a number that I really have to remind everyone. So I'm very happy that all of you stayed because we are going to stay here until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I'd like to begin by saying, Strong strategies are sustained by strong legislation, everyone. So let me just walk a little here. So our next message of support will come from a lawmaker whose advocacy continues to champion the rights, the dignity and protection of children at the highest level of public policy. May we call on stage Attorney J. De La Cruz Biquema, Chief Legislative Officer, Office of Senator Risa Hontiveros. Attorney J, I remember having this conversation with you earlier, and I said, Ma'am, I saw your name, so I saw your name in the program. Attorney J, please take the floor.
Thank you very much, Prosecutor. Colleagues, partners, friends in government and civil society, thank you for coming together and for inviting our office for the launch of our Philippine Strategic Plan against OSAIC and CSAM. I'm happy to deliver this message on behalf of Senator Risa Hontiveros, Chair of the Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality. Also the Chair of the Committee on Health, hopefully for long. Over the past years, we have seen how online sexual abuse and exploitation has evolved. Offenders adapt quickly. Technologies shift. Platforms change. But our conviction remains constant. Every Filipino child deserves to grow up free from fear, free from manipulation, and free from predation. This is why in the Senate, the Office of Senator Risa has filed amendments to the Anti-OSAIC Law, Senate Bill 1588, which we filed 2 days ago. When I was working on the old OSAIC law in the Senate, I'm speaking as myself now, I was pregnant with my now 3-year-old daughter. So my son was 4 years old. It was an abstract concept to me then, the harms that could befall children from their screens. Now I pursue these amendments with more vigor. In Tagalog, gigil. Now that I have kids who are at 7 and 3 years old, better than I am in the lexicon of new technologies. These amendments strengthen the work that many of you have been carrying on your shoulders for years. They tighten procedures, including improving coordination mechanisms with foreign law enforcement. There is quite a long provision on coordination with foreign law enforcement and an improvement to the provision on personal knowledge. They modernize our tools, including addressing AI and deepfakes and explicitly criminalizing sexual extortion. They expand the responsibilities of platforms, including requiring a local representative for social media intermediaries. They give law enforcement the ability to act with speed, dispatch, and certainty, especially when a child is in danger, including an easier process for obtaining subpoenas. And they ensure that our legislative framework keeps pace with the tactics of abusers who exploit technology to hide their crimes. But as we all know, legislation is only one pillar. What gives this combined effort against OSAIC and CSAM its power is collaboration, the kind I see in this room, the kind that powers the strategic plan that we just launched today with much bombast, I have to say. Edie May, I know that the strategic plan carries with it the commitment of our justice and law enforcement agencies, the expertise and compassion of our civil society partners, the vigilance and cooperation, most of the time, of our tech partners, the dedication of our international allies, but most importantly, the bravery of survivors whose voices guide us towards a more humane system. We all know this work is difficult. We all carry stories we wish we could unhear. But we also know that every rescue, every prosecution, every child protected is a reminder that progress is possible. Just before coming here today, I was looking at my son's notes from school. He goes to school in Xavier. So he was asked to fill a form. So my dad is blank, my mom is blank. And he said, my dad is funny, my mom is a lawyer. It's like, thanks. Thanks for everything. But there was a second part, and that second part is, what do you love your mom the most for? And he said, taking care of me and taking care of a lot of children. So I don't have a lot of children. I'm sure he means the work that we do in the Senate. So let this strategic plan be our shared roadmap. Let it sharpen our coordination, deepen our resolve, and strengthen the safety net that every Filipino child deserves, because we are all here to take care of children. Salamat po. Mabuhay.
Maraming salamat, Attorney Jay, and of course to the office of Senator Risa Hontiveros. Now nakita natin yung rason why you are a lawyer, Attorney Jay. There's one word that stuck with me, no, sa message ni Attorney Jay. Can you guess? Gigil. Gigil. Praying that we have that unending gigil and dedication to advocate for programs that will protect our children. So child protection is not just a policy issue, it is a moral responsibility. A responsibility we share with partners who believe that every child deserves dignity, security, and hope. We now invite the next champion of this cause to deliver their message of support. The Philippine representative to the ASEAN Commission on the Promotion and Protection of the Rights of Women and Children, Professor Elizabeth H. Aquiling Pangalangan. Let's give her a round of applause.
Members of the House of Representatives, members of the executive branch of government, members of the diplomatic corps, partners in development, in government, in civil society, academe, ladies and gentlemen, children, good afternoon to all of you. Recognizing the rapidly growing number of children at risk of online harms, the need to accelerate action on child online protection, and the necessity of providing guidelines for ASEAN member states, ASEAN heads of state adopted the Declaration on the Protection of Children from all forms of online exploitation and abuse in 2019. This was followed in 2021 by the endorsement of the Regional Plan of Action for the Protection of Children from all forms of online exploitation and abuse in ASEAN to support implementation of the declaration. Priority Action 7 of the Regional Plan of Action highlights the critical role of collaborations between industry and the private sector in preventing and responding to online harms, and calls for an annual convening of industry, government, and other sectors to identify key actions and areas for collaboration. The 2025 ASEAN ICT Forum on Child Online Protection was recently convened in Kuala Lumpur just 2 weeks ago. The theme of this year's conference was empowering children and strengthening ASEAN's commitment to a safer digital future. The event was organized through a collaborative effort involving various ministries of Malaysia and the ASEAN Promotion and Protection of the Rights of Women and Children, quite a mouthful, so we just call ourselves ACWC, or the ASEAN Commission on Women and Children, with support from UNICEF EPRO. The annual convening fulfills the mandate of Priority Action 7 of the Regional Plan of Action. The proceedings addressed a range of pressing and emerging issues, featuring an overview of trends and victim experiences, and included a key review of established policy frameworks, specifically sharing findings from the end-of-term review of the RPA on the protection of children from all forms of online exploitation and abuse in ASEAN from 2021 to 2025, alongside the strategic highlights of the extended regional plan of action 2026 to 2030, intended for national and regional action. I had the opportunity to be part of a session, and the session that I was involved in particular was on supporting victim identification and disclosure in cross-border online exploitation. And I'm pleased that one of the speakers in that panel was Asek Michelle. And I hasten to add that Asek Michelle, Yusek Nikiti, and Congresswoman Anna were my students at the UP College of Law, and I am so proud of them. Yes, and I also saw several of my other students in the audience. So, as I say, they will agree that I am a terror professor in law school, but I said, even then, and now I repeat that I am always so happy to see them successful. Why? Because when you succeed, I say, part of that was because of me. Okay. So thank you. And in this session, we featured a response panel that was dedicated to exploring how the inherent cross-border nature of AXIA consistently generates major challenges for case identification and regional response. Panelists critically examined structural gaps in legal frameworks addressing persistent challenges such as limited forensic and investigative capacity, jurisdictional complexities in cross-border cases, fragmented service delivery, and the pervasive issue of underreporting due to associated stigma and fear. These issues are, I hope, some of the issues that will be addressed by the first strategic plan of action that is being launched today. The Philippines will be chair of ASEAN in 2026, and therefore the ACWC will likewise be chaired by the Philippines. And it is therefore my honor and my pleasure to give the full support of ACWC for this wondrous and worthy launch of the first strategic plan. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Attorney Pangalangan. I'm not going to touch on the substance of her message of support, but I'd like to touch on what she shared earlier. Trivia yun, ha? We just knew today that Asek Michelle, Yusek Nikiti, and Congresswoman Anna were once the students of Attorney Pangalangan, which leads me to one question. Attorney Pangalangan, what were the grades that you gave to Asek Michelle, specifically Yusek T and Congresswoman Anna? Like Attorney Pangalangan, I'm also a teacher, and I always say that one of the psychic incomes of being a teacher is that you leave your finger marks on your students, and their presence today is really a testament to how good you are as a teacher. Kaya ako nakita ko malakas ang palakpak ni Asek Michelle at saka ni Yusek T at saka ni Congresswoman Anna. We're so happy to have you today. So let me continue. Our efforts to protect children are strengthened, take note, by partners who recognize the intersection of child protection, gender equality, and human rights. So, to speak in behalf of the UNFPA, did I say it correctly? Let's all welcome Mr. Jose Roy Avena. He is the Assistant Country Representative of UNFPA. Sir, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Attorney Beth. Hello. So, the United Nations Population Fund, or UNFPA, warmly congratulates the government of the Philippines for this very significant milestone, the passage of the OSAIC law, as well as the subsequent development and implementation of its strategic plan. I'd like to note that this launch comes within a series of launches. No? On December 1, we launched the National Action Plan to End Violence Against Women, together with the Philippine Commission on Women, the DSWD, and the DILG. Tomorrow, we will be also launching the National Action Plan to End Child Early Forced Marriages and Unions, no? With the DSWD, the Council for the Welfare of Children, and I see Yusek is here, no? We will see each other tomorrow again. So this launching of the OSAIC strategic plan is really very, very timely. This achievement reflects the country's strong commitment to protecting women, children, and all individuals from online sexual abuse and exploitation. It also marks an important first step in addressing the broader and rapidly evolving challenge of technology-facilitated gender-based violence, or TFGBV, an area where the Philippines continues to demonstrate leadership and foresight. In an era where digital spaces are increasingly intertwined with daily life, the government's proactive stance sets a powerful model for the region. We recognize that TFGBV is not static. It shifts as technologies, platforms, and online behaviors change. Responding effectively requires robust laws, coordinated implementation, and continuous adaptation. We commend the Philippines for taking these decisive steps and for prioritizing the protection of the most vulnerable. UNFPA reaffirms its commitment to support the Philippine government in this agenda. This includes technical assistance to help strengthen and future-proof related policies, including the ongoing efforts in Congress to update the Safe Spaces Act, continued evidence generation to better understand emerging risks and patterns, and partnership in addressing harmful social norms that perpetuate violence both online and offline. UNFPA will also continue supporting the government in improving administrative data systems for GBV, including technology-facilitated GBV, to ensure that policy and programming are grounded in accurate, timely, and actionable information. As the Philippines advances the OSAIC strategic plan, UNFPA stands ready to continue working with everyone, government, civil society, and development partners to help ensure effective and sustained implementation, as we will do so with the two other plans that are launched this month. No? Together, we can contribute to building a safer digital ecosystem, strengthening accountability mechanisms, and upholding the rights, dignity, and safety of every Filipino, especially women, girls, and those most at risk. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, Mr. Avina. I wish you the best in your launch tomorrow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to another highlight of today's event, the awarding of plaques, recognizing the institutions and partners whose decision, expertise, and collaboration contributed to the drafting, development, and launching of these strategic plan.
This segment will follow a guided sequence. May we kindly request our awardees to be ready as their names are called. To award our developmental partners, may we invite on stage Yusek Pinky, Asek Michelle, and DRP Barbara May Pagdilao Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first awardee, please give a big round of applause to Alfred Ari Regino. Our next awardee, please welcome Am Lakas, represented by founder and CEO Eric Favila. Next awardee is the Asia Foundation with Country Representative Sam Chittick. Lance Lagos. Our next awardee is EU Go Just, represented by Senior Program Advisor Hector D. Soliman. Our next awardee is none other than Kinder Notilfe, represented by Country Manager Maria Stella Echano. Our next awardee is Philippine Information Agency, Ricardo Luis Alarilla, representing Director General Catherine De Castro. Our next awardee is Philippine Legislators Committee on Population and Development, represented by Executive Director Maria Aurora Kilala. Our next awardee is Save the Children Philippines, represented by Child Protection Manager Jerly May Villanada. Our next awardee is none other than Senator Risa Hontiveros, represented by Chief Legislative Officer Attorney J. De La Cruz Bequema. Next, let us all please welcome UNFPA Philippines, represented by Assistant Country Representative Jose Roy Avena. Our next awardee is World Vision Philippines, represented by Advocacy Officer Carolyn Veronilia. Last but not the least, let us all welcome UNICEF, represented by Chief of Child Protection Pat Lim Akin. At this point, we would like to invite all of our awardees once again on stage for a photo opportunity. We would like to invite all 13 of our awardees on stage for a photo opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, a big round of applause. Congratulations once again to all our development partners.
So congratulations once again to our 13 awardees. So before we come to our finale, we pause for something deeply important. Everything we have built, the programs, the partnerships, the systems, the strategies exist for one reason, and that is to protect the child.
So today, the strategic plan we just launched is more than a document. Paulit-ulit na sinabi kanina. It's a promise. A promise that no child should ever face harm alone. A promise that every child deserves safety, dignity, and hope.
So at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, we honor the very heart of this mission, and that is the voice of the child. May we listen with open hearts to Halord Aristone Gerian, a grade 11 student, correct? And a very active member of the Defenders of Children's Voice Society, which is a child-led organization established by Katilingbanong Pagtagad alang sa kauswagan or kapaski. Halord?
Good afternoon, everyone. Mayong adlaw sa atong tanan. On behalf of all the children across the Philippines, I am truly delighted to see all of you here today. I also want to acknowledge the people and organizations who made it possible for me to be here. Kapaski, or katilingbanong pagtagad alang sa Akuswagan Incorporated, a non-stock, non-profit child protection organization in Bayawan City. My adult mentors, and most importantly, my fellow child advocates who took part in the National Children's Consultation held last November 2025, organized by the Kindernot Hilfe. And to ED May Flores and her team, we thank you for ensuring that our rights to be heard are not optional, but essential in dialogues such as this. My name is Halader Ston Ahurian, 16 years old, a grade 11 student, and a member of Defenders of Children's Voice Society, a child-led organization founded in 2015. I was given the opportunity to speak today on behalf of all the children across the country. And during the NCC, someone said, "We are like the pups in Paw Patrol." At first, it sounded funny, but the more that I thought about it, the more accurate it felt. Like the pups, we have different strengths, personalities, and roles. Alone, we may be capable, but together, united, we are powerful. The Filipino children and youth have the capacity, and seeing different government agencies, partners gathered here today reminds me that protecting children is not the responsibility of just one group. It is a whole-of-country approach. I repeat, protecting children is a whole-of-country approach. As child leaders, we expect that the promises you make will be matched with real actions. And while we respect your leadership, we also demand accountability, as every child's safety depends on your commitment and actions. This is why the National Plan of Actions against OSAEC and CSAM matters so much. It upholds our rights to safety, dignity, and protection, consisted with a united National General Comment number 25, which affirms that children's rights apply equally online and offline. I am encouraged that this plan uses a whole-of-country strategy, anchored with 3 key result areas: prevention and advocacy, law enforcement and prosecution, networking and coordination. Prevention and advocacy, affirming that we need strong, consistent education on online safety and children's rights, so every child, whether in cities or far-flung communities, can identify risks and protect themselves. I myself is from a rural area, so please also train the CPAs in our region so that all children, whether from rural or urban communities, are protected from abuse. Law enforcement and prosecutions. We call for firm and consistent enforcement of laws. Offenders must be held accountable. Child survivors must receive justice that is swift and must have access to child-friendly courts and law enforcement. Networking and coordination. Ending OSAEC requires families, schools, technology platforms, CSOs, LGUs, faith communities, and government institutions working hand in hand. When the whole country moves together, no child is left behind. So I urge everyone here, please ensure that no child is left behind. This National Plan of Action also highlights something very important to us: child participation. And I want to be very clear, children's participation is not optional. It is essential. When adults listen to children's experiences, concerns, and ideas, programs become more effective, more relevant, and more respectful for our real needs. We are also the digital citizens. Please include us in discussions, forums, and solutions. Again, to ED May Flores, thank you for sincerely giving me this opportunity to speak on behalf of the children and youth. Thank you for valuing our voices and ensuring that we are present at the table. And as I stand here today, I make my own commitment. I will continue educating my peers on online safety and raising awareness, and helping build communities where children understand their rights and know how to protect themselves. This is how we fight back, not just through policies, but through empowering children who look out for one another. To my fellow child advocates, you are not alone. When we imagine a future, we dream of a world without hate, prejudice, bias, or corruption. A world where every children feels safe, valued, and free. That future may take time, but we are ready to fight for it. Not only for ourselves, but for the generations after us. With the whole of country movement behind us, and with the children's voices at the center, the future we dream of is not far away. Thank you at Padayon.
Thank you.
Ha, Lord. Ha, Lord. Yes. Can you please take center stage? Because we want to tell you this. Thank you very much for your courage. Your words remind us why this mission matters. And like what we said earlier, that this strategic plan is not just a mere piece of paper. It is a promise that we will protect all of us, correct? That all of us will protect children like you. Congratulations for joining us today. And we wish you the best, okay? So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Hallard. So before I proceed, I would like to recognize Miss Amanda Griffin. She is one of the ambassadors of International Justice Mission. Amanda, please. Please stand up to be recognized. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. So to close our launch today, we now welcome the OIC Executive Director of the NCC OSAEC-CSAEM, who is the driving force and who has held this vision and who has guided us in all our efforts. So to share her closing message, let's all welcome DRP Barbara May P. Flores.
Colleagues, friends, and partners, as we close today's launch of the first Philippine Strategic Plan of Action against OSAEC and CSAEM, let me begin with a very simple message. Thank you. Thank you to our legislators, government agencies, and local government units, to the members of the Diplomatic Corps and international organizations, to our partners from civil society, faith-based communities, and the private sector, to our children and youth representatives, and to our victim survivors who lent their voices and wisdom. Your presence here is a clear signal that protecting children online is not the work of one office, but a shared responsibility of all nations. We also acknowledge our development partners who have walked with us from the earliest consultations up to this launch, helping shape the content of the Strategic Action Plan, providing technical support, and standing beside us today. Your long-term commitment has been instrumental in turning ideas into a concrete national roadmap. I also want to offer a very special word of thanks to the NCC OSAEC-CSAEM Secretariat. Please stand up to be recognized. Without the support of any professional events organizer, they planned, coordinated, and executed this launch from start to finish, quietly troubleshooting in the background so that everything felt smooth in the foreground. From the painstaking consultations and drafting sessions to the logistics and technical preparations for today, your dedication embodies the very spirit of service this plan calls for. My only wish is that you will not resign to become events organizers. And also my heartfelt thanks as well to Prosecutor Pong Tombo, who traveled all the way from Davao and who generously took on the role of program director, where are you, Fiscal Tombo, and script writer, and held all the moving parts together. And of course, to our superb MCs for today, right? Prosecutor Ging Lomanta, who traveled all the way from Cebu, and her co-MC, Attorney Dexter Diwas of World Vision. And I must say, you have chemistry. Your superb hosting skills gave the event its warmth, clarity, and rhythm. You all brought not just competence, but heart. As we leave this ballroom, the real work begins. The strategic plan we launch today will only matter if it shapes how we design our programs, allocate our resources, handle our cases, and build our systems. Each agency, each organization, each sector represented here holds a piece of the solution. No one can carry this alone, but no one is exempt from carrying their share. My hope is that when we look back a few years from now, we can say that this day was not just a ceremony, but a turning point when commitments were translated into concrete actions for children whose names we may never know, but whose lives will be different because of what we chose to do. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Thank you for walking with us in this work for our children. May we go forward with clarity, courage, and consistency.
Thank you,
DRP May, DRP May, everyone is clapping again. We have to do this. Can we give a round of applause to DRP May, and all the staff of NCC, OSAEC, CSIM? Where are you? Can you raise your hand, please? This event would not have been successful if not for all your work and the love that you have for our children. On a personal note, let me say this, DRP May, our OIC Executive Director, you will always enjoy my deep respect, my admiration, my loyalty, and my friendship. Thank you very much. Congratulations to DRP May and the entire NCC OSAEC CSIM team.
Parang pang-debut lang ang message.
Na minsan-minsan lang na nangyayari to, witnessed by all of you. So that's a declaration of the friendship that I enjoy with DRP May. So with the digital activation, ladies and gentlemen, the very first Philippine Strategic Plan Against Society CSIM 2025-2028 is officially launched. So,
This moment marks not the conclusion, so it's not the end, but the beginning of sustained collective action anchored on strategy, strengthened by partnership, and driven by our shared duty to protect every child online and offline.
I don't really want to say this, but I have to say this because every beginning must have an end, right?
Parang ayaw ko pang mag-end ito. Parang gusto ko pang mag-puyat with you guys.
Yes, because we were expecting this to last until about 7 o'clock in the evening today. So, as we come to the close of today's program, we are reminded that behind every policy, every strategy, and every commitment we have made are real children. Children have been silenced, hidden, harmed in spaces that were meant to be safe.
For children affected by online sexual abuse and exploitation, one of the deepest wounds is the feeling of being unseen, unheard, and forgotten. Too often, their suffering happens in silence, behind screens, across borders, and in the shadows of the digital world.
So the strategic plan we actually launched today carries a very clear and a very powerful promise that no child will remain invisible and no child will stand alone. That help will reach them, that justice will pursue them, and that as a nation, we will continue to look, to listen, and to act.
Our closing number will speak to that promise. It is a song about reaching out, about finding light in isolation, and about the assurance that even in the darkest moments, someone is searching, someone cares.
So, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude today's program, please welcome
Hello,
our performers. Yes, darling. Hello.
Unya, sir?
Okay. Let's welcome our very cute, very, very tiny performers to do their final number. You Will Be Found. And this is from the Broadway musical, Dear Evan Hansen. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome the children from the NCC Osaic Society and the Songspell Foundation.
Hello everyone, my name is Amelia. There's so many kids like me in this world. Some kids feel scared, some feel sad, and some feel like nobody is listening. But we want them to know, but they're not alone.
Hello, I am Norman A. Morecho. Today, our world is changing very fast. We use phones, computers, and internet every day. But sometimes, the internet can be a dangerous place for children. Some kids get hurt in ways that we cannot always see. And that is why we are here, to speak for kids who are too afraid to speak.
But even when scary things happen, there are people who choose to protect children, teachers, parents, police, leaders, helpers, and many others who work together to keep children safe. They believe every child deserves to be loved, respected, and protected. They believe every child deserves a future full of hope.
And to every child who feels unseen, and to every voice that feels unheard, this is our promise to you. We hear you. We care about you. We will stand with you. You matter. You are important. And you will never be forgotten. And today, we answer that call. Yes, we hear you.
Yes, we will stand with you.
Yes, you are not alone. Yes, you are loved. Yes, you will be found.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
Thank you so much to the performers of Songspell Foundation, as well as the children from NCC Osaic Sisaem, namely Norman, Haiji, Margot, and Emilia. Thank you so much for your special performance today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very special day, a very special afternoon. At this point, we invite each and every one of you to take a look at the big screen for a special recap of today's special event.
On behalf of the Department of Justice and the whole National Coordination Center Against Osaic Sisaem, it is my profound honor to welcome all of you this morning to the launching of the National Strategic Plan Against Osaic Sisaem. Could we give each other a round of applause, please? Atin po ito. This is ours. Your presence here today is proof that protection of our children from online sexual abuse or exploitation is a shared mission.
We are gathered here because the abuse of children has found a new life in the digital age. Behind every screen, every chat box, every transaction that commodifies a child's image or body, there is real harm, psychological, physical, spiritual, that can last a lifetime. From this law flows a mission that is unequivocal: to secure swift and meaningful justice for survivors, to break the cycle of harm, and to systematically dismantle the local and global networks that profit from the exploitation of children.
What gives this combined effort against Osaic and Sisaem its power is collaboration, the kind I see in this room, the kind that powers the strategic plan that we just launched today.
I know it hurts. The weight is heavy. I used to stand it, still fighting. Every scar is a story.
UNICEF is proud to have supported this process through evidence generation, technical guidance, and system strengthening aligned with our country program of cooperation between the government of the Philippines and UNICEF.
Keep on holding, hope is near. We rise, and we rise again.
Today, we commemorate the launching of the Philippine Strategic Plan Against Online Sexual Abuse and Exploitation of Children, Child Sexual Abuse and Exploitation Materials. The vision of this strategic plan is for every child is free from online sexual abuse, online sexual exploitation, and all forms of sexual abuse and exploitation materials.
Go!
here is a clear signal that protecting children online is not the work of one office, but a shared responsibility of all nations.
Thank you very much. And that concludes the launch of the first Philippine Strategic Plan against OSAIC and CSIM 2025 to 2028. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of this very special event. And together, we will wipe out OSAIC.
Ito ang RPN, Radio Philippines Network, DXKT 1071 sa inyong mga radyo, ang Radyo Ronda sa Davao.